Spring storms bring flooding to the 4 states. Doug Heddy will have the latest. The Kansas Health Organization reports a trend. Some parents aren't testing their sick kids for COVID-19.
President Biden delivers his first major address to a joint session of Congress.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
As rain continues into much of the night, flooding becomes an even greater risk for already flooded parts of our region. This is KOAM News at 10. Doug Heddy joins us now with a first look at the weather.
Yeah, we've had periods of showers, even some thunderstorms throughout the daytime hours for us today. And some areas have had some very heavy amounts of rain, especially our southern counties. And you can really see the rain picking back up, mainly along and south of I-44. So we do have these batches of showers and thunderstorms, and we are seeing a few storms that are getting a little bit stronger, but we aren't seeing anything severe, and I really don't expect anything severe for our immediate area during the overnight hours tonight. But you can see the batches north of Pittsburgh, down through northeastern parts of Oklahoma, and then once you get into southern Missouri, Berry County, McDonald County, and also Benton County. And those are the areas that got just a ton of rain late last night into the morning hours. So still, flash flood watches, Oklahoma, Missouri, and also Arkansas as we go through the next several hours. But showers and thunderstorms continue for the next 2 or 3 hours, and then it will start to taper off just a little bit. So we'll look at what is to come, all coming up here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Doug. The campgrounds at Roaring River State Park were evacuated today as water rose over the 112 bridge. This video was taken by Marina Spurrier. The flooding isn't isolated to just the Roaring River. Other areas of Berry County, Missouri are dealing with high water. Officials asked people to stay clear of the Cassville area. To our east, morning storms left damage in Stone and Taney counties in Missouri. A home near Jakes Creek Trail in Branson is partially collapsed. The Southern Stone County Fire Protection District says the people who live there have been accounted for. One person near the damaged home says she hid under her couch during the storm. She was not hurt. Old Matt's cabin at Shepherd of the Hills was also involved. The historic cabin has minor damage from a fallen tree. President Biden delivered his first formal address to Congress tonight and Americans watching at home. He touted progress in the fight against the coronavirus and made the case that trillions of dollars in new spending will lead to new jobs and help working families. Natalie Brand has more.
President Biden used his first address to a joint session of Congress to deliver his vision of a country emerging from the pandemic.
America is on the move again.
Coronavirus restrictions meant a much smaller audience in the House chamber.
Madam Vice President.
But Vice President Harris and Speaker Pelosi made history as the first 2 women to share the dais with the president.
President Biden focused on selling his massive infrastructure proposal, calling it a blue-collar blueprint to build America.
Wall Street didn't build this country. The middle class built the country, and unions built the middle class.
And the president looked to build support for his new $1.8 trillion American Families Plan.
No one should have to choose between a job and a paycheck or taking care of themselves and their loved ones or parent or spouse or child.
The president also addressed legislative goals that have stalled in a divided Congress, from immigration to police reform.
Let's get it done next month, by the first anniversary of George Floyd's death.
Republican lawmakers have accused the president of not honoring his pledge to work across the aisle.
We have to prove democracy still works, that our government still works, and we can deliver for our people.
Wednesday, he again called for unity, arguing his administration has delivered real results in the first 100 days. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Republican Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina delivered the rebuttal. He said we need policies to bring us closer together, but said the actions of the president and his party are pulling us further apart. According to a CDC study, the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines drastically reduced the rate of hospitalizations among older adults by 94%. Older adults means anyone at least 65 years old in the U.S. The study included data on 417 older Americans with COVID-19-like symptoms who were admitted into hospitals between January and late March. The researchers found that among those who tested positive, most were unvaccinated. 18 had received the first dose and only one patient was fully vaccinated. The CDC says these findings are consistent with the clinical trial results for both vaccines. The Kansas City Star reports that some doctors in their area are warning parents who are hesitating on COVID-19 testing for their kids because they don't want to deal with the hassle that comes with a positive result. KOAM's Mike Mahoney spoke with the Crawford County Health Department to see if they've noticed a similar trend in southeast Kansas.
Kelly Donaldson is a Southeast Kansas mother of 6 who takes the coronavirus seriously, especially when it comes to her kids. She says she is headed straight to the doctor if she sees a potential COVID-19 symptom in one of her children.
My first reaction would be to get a hold of the doctor and take him out there and have a COVID test done just so we can be on the safe side for everybody.
But not every Kansas parent thinks that way when it comes to their kids and the coronavirus. According to the Kansas City Star, Overland Park doctors are warning parents on social media because they keep encountering moms and dads who are backing off from testing their kids simply to avoid the headache of a positive result. The paper reports parents not wanting their kids to miss out on sporting events is a popular excuse, but that logic doesn't sit well with local health experts.
It's always hard to keep your kids out of a competition, whether it be soccer, baseball, tennis, whatever's going on this summer. You really don't want your children out and competing with others when they're ill from anything, but especially COVID. It is important that they do stay home, that they quarantine for that 10 days while they're sick.
The director of the Crawford County Health Department says she is not seeing the same trend among local parents that's concerning doctors in Overland Park, and she wants it to stay that way.
I think that parents here have worked very hard to kind of keep on top of what's going on with their kids and knowing when to take them in to see the pediatrician or when they can treat them.
Kelly Donaldson is definitely one of those parents. And as for the moms and dads who think their kid testing positive for COVID-19 would be a hassle, Kelly's got a message for them.
I think it definitely would be a bigger hassle to have sick children running around not knowing what they have, passing it on to their siblings and others.
In Crawford County, Kansas, Mike Mahoney, KOAM News.
The director of the Crawford County Health Department also tells us she's very happy with the overall progress the county has made combating the virus and getting people vaccinated. Right now, the health department is working on combating vaccine hesitancy and informing those with vaccine questions. Still ahead, authorities filed charges against 2 Ottawa County inmates for a destructive disturbance in the jail, and federal hate crime charges for 3 men in the death of Ahmaud Arbery.
Can help.
2 people are charged in connection with the disturbance at the Ottawa County, Oklahoma jail. The 2 men are Tristan Tiffany and Trenton Cole. They're both charged with rioting and malicious injury to property after the disturbance in which inmates broke windows and barricaded doors. Authorities say no one was hurt. The sheriff's office is still investigating, and they say other inmates will be charged. The Federal Justice Department today indicted 3 men on federal hate crime charges in the death of Ahmaud Arbery. Arbery was shot and killed in February of last year while out for a jog in his Georgia neighborhood. Greg and Travis McMichael, the father and son who chased Arbery down in a pickup, and William Bryan, the man who recorded video of the killing, are being charged. Federal agents today executed search warrants at the New York apartment and office of Rudy Giuliani, a close ally of former President Trump.
I saw all of you and I said, what is going on? And it's I knew he lived in the building. I'd been on his protocol commission when he was mayor, but I'm really shocked at all this.
An attorney for Giuliani says the warrant described the investigation into a possible violation of foreign lobbying laws. And the warrant sought communications between Giuliani and others, including columnist and Fox News contributor John Solomon. The New York Times reports that investigators seized Giuliani's electronic devices. The search advances the ongoing criminal investigation into Giuliani. The former New York mayor turned Trump lawyer has been the focus of a probe concerning his activities in Ukraine. He denies any wrongdoing and has not been charged. Federal agents also served a warrant at the home of a Giuliani associate, lawyer Victoria Tonsing. A phone was handed over, but the house was not searched. Townsend's spokesperson says she was told Townsend is not a target of the investigation. American astronaut Michael Collins has died of cancer at the age of 90. Often described as the forgotten third astronaut, Collins was a member of the historic Apollo 11 mission where humans took their first steps on the moon. He was also the third American to perform a spacewalk. Peter King takes a look back at his life.
I guess you're about the only person around that doesn't have TV coverage of the scene. That's all right, I don't mind a bit.
For Michael Collins, it was so close yet so far away. As his crewmates Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to walk on the moon, July 20th, 1969. Collins, the third crew member, stayed aboard to pilot the command ship Columbia, traveling 238,000 miles, only to fall just 69 miles short of the lunar surface. He flew the spacecraft alone for nearly 28 hours while his colleagues took their lunar stroll, Collins relying on information about what was happening below from Mission Control.
The time that I was by myself, I was perfectly enjoyable. I had hot coffee, I had music if I wanted it. I was not one iota lonely.
He lost contact with Houston and mankind every time the ship orbited around the backside of the moon, but it was the Earth that captured his attention and wonder.
The thing I remember most is the view of planet Earth from a great distance. Tiny, very shiny, blue and white, bright, beautiful, serene, and fragile.
In 2009, Collins said that he was perfectly happy with the seat he had on Apollo 11, his second and final trip into space. Collins, Aldrin, and Armstrong became American heroes after their historic flight, touring 25 countries in 5 weeks. Collins was a fighter pilot and jet pilot in the Air Force before joining NASA in 1963. He later worked at the State Department and led the team responsible for the Smithsonian's Air and Space Museum, where the Apollo 11 capsule now resides. In his biography, Michael Collins wrote, "I'm too old to fly to Mars, and I regret that, but I still think I've been very, very lucky." Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
NASA's acting director said whether his work was behind the scenes or on full view, his legacy will always be as one of the leaders who took America's first steps into the cosmos. Later, a college signing. It's not an athlete this time, but a current PHS student signing on to become a future officer in the U.S. Navy.
Plus, we still have some more showers and thunderstorms to get through tonight. We're going to talk about that coming up. We've had periods of showers and thunderstorms through yesterday afternoon, evening, night, and then on and off throughout the daytime hours for us today. So some areas have picked up quite a bit of rain, especially our southern counties, and that's why we've had a flash flood watch in effect mainly along and south of Interstate 44, because those are the areas that have picked up several inches of rain. This continues tonight into the daytime hours for us, or at least the morning hours for us tomorrow. Look at the bands of storms last night that dropped a ton of rain and then hit-miss showers and thunderstorms throughout the day and continuing into the evening hours for us now. We are getting closer to the back edge of this storm system. It looks like the back edge of most of the rain is kind of in our western counties, but everybody else still getting scattered showers and thunderstorms, and we're going to continue to see this over the next few hours. Now, where you see the yellows popping up, that is showing us some moderate rain and some little thunderstorms from Nevada back near Parsons and then into northeastern Oklahoma. It has increased a little bit from Grand Lake into McDonald County, Benton County, and then also southern parts of Berry County. But again, we're going to have these scattered showers and thunderstorms around for the next few hours. Looking at the metro, you can see a little complex just north of Miami and then picking up in western parts of Cherokee County. Besides that, it's very hit and miss. I don't expect to see anything severe, but we could see a few stronger storms over the next couple hours. So this batch is going to continue to work through, but again, any severe weather mainly stays to our south across parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and then down through Texas. All right, look at the rainfall amounts. Some areas only about 1/4 of an inch, and then you get some areas with 1 to 2. Then once you get south of Interstate 44, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches. Once you get down into Benton County, and then over toward Roaring River in southern parts of Berry County. So some areas had picked up a ton of rain. Over the next couple hours, showers, thunderstorms work through. Here's 1 o'clock in the morning, and then by the time we get into late tonight, we're just going to have clouds. So we're going to start the day with clouds tomorrow, and then we will start to see some improvements as we go into the afternoon. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, nice time lapse for you throughout the daytime hours today. Even though we've had the clouds, but you can see those bands of showers and a few thunderstorms which have worked through. Temperatures dropping back a bit, mainly low to mid 60s, still some upper 60s in our southern counties, but we're not going to drop off too much for us tonight. This storm system kind of stretching apart. We got a northern wave, we got a southern wave. Northern wave is going to take off toward the east and take this system with it. This southern half just kind of hangs out, northern parts of Mexico, kind of lifts into Texas by the weekend, and then eventually kicks back in our neck of the woods by late Sunday and then into Monday. So that's going to give us chances for showers and thunderstorms once again by the second half of the weekend. At least we'll get to dry out just a bit. So these storms are out of here. Here's your forecast for you on your Thursday. Starting at 59 by noon, we're going to warm up quickly. We're going to get some sunshine, 66, and then I think most of us will top out right around 70 degrees during the afternoon, which is pretty good. Friday's good, Saturday's good, even Sunday. Most of Sunday is pretty good, and then there's chances for showers and thunderstorms back in late Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week.
It's nice to have some relatively nice days for the weekend, though.
Yeah, and at least we get a chance to dry out.
You bet. Thanks, Doug. Pittsburgh High School student today signed his letter of intent to attend the U.S. Naval Academy. Joseph Lee will begin his education at the academy in July. He says he's looking forward to the camaraderie he hopes he'll find in Annapolis.
Definitely not the 8-mile runs at 5:30 in the morning, but maybe just the camaraderie, because it feels like it's very tight-knit. You're with your guys and your sisters and brothers type thing, so just the teamwork aspect of everything is probably what's exciting me a lot.
Lee says he wants to become an orthopedic doctor, maybe a surgeon. I wish him well. Still ahead, the Kansas City Royals aim to stay on top of the American League standings. Plus, 4 Joplin student athletes signed to play at the next level, including 3 baseball players. Jacob Leonard has details next.
Douglas only at Roper Honda.
Today is a big day for a group of Joplin High School student athletes. 4 Joplin seniors signed today to continue their careers in college. Ben Wardlow signs this afternoon to continue to swim at William Jewell College in Liberty, Missouri. The other 3 are all baseball players. David Fiskus to St. Louis Community College, Josh Harriman to Three Rivers, and Cole Cooper going to be joining one of the best junior college programs in the country just down the road at Crowder College.
I don't really expect to come in and just light it up. I'm expecting to kind of go with the program and work with it and have some failure, but also I'm trying to start. That's my goal, to go there and start.
Coach Wolf has just been honestly a mentor to me since I was a freshman. He didn't come in with the best attitude, but I'm leaving with a better one, and that's solely to him for making me who I am.
They're needing new catchers and needing people from our area that are more driven to win, more competitive, and he really thinks that I'll fit in as a competitor and that I'll fit in well with how they train.
Talking to them, they're at like 4 o'clock in the morning, they're all standing there slapping their chest, excited, a lot of good atmosphere, and that's something that really interests me.
Moving on to baseball, good one in the SEK today. Fort Scott, big win over Pittsburgh, 16-4 in 5 innings. The Tigers now 7-2 in the SEK. To the majors, the Royals finishing up a quick 2-game set with the Pirates. Jorge Soler finds the gap to score Carlos Santana. The Royals have the first run of the night. Just 2 batters later, Hunter Dozier all the way to the wall. That will score 2 more to push the lead to 3. Kansas City got the first 5 of the night. They go on to beat the Pirates 9-6. In St. Louis tonight, Game 3 between the Cards and Phillies. The 2 teams have split the first 2. Tonight, Cardinals out-hit the Phillies but fall in the end 5-3. St. Mary's Colgan senior Caitlin Crossland is one of the best all-around athletes in the area. Crossland is an all-state player in 3 different sports for the Panthers. She led the volleyball team in assists in the fall, helping the Panthers win a sub-state championship. On the basketball court, she was the team MVP, averaging 10 points per game and leading the team in assists. Right now, as a pitcher for the softball team, Crossland has 106 strikeouts in just 10 starts. Now she's hoping this season ends with her second softball state title, but even if it doesn't, she's already left her mark at Colgan.
Just being at Colgan has been one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. I'm so blessed to go here, and just the community support you have, especially as an athlete, is, I think, not comparable to being at any other school. I've loved it so much. I'm so thankful for it.
She's a great role model for everyone. She's really intelligent. You know, she's beautiful. She works hard in everything that she does. In school, she's very dedicated to all that she does.
You can check out our full story with Crossland, which aired earlier tonight, on the sports page at KOAMnewsnow.com. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
For State here.
Take time now to honor a local veteran, Carthage, Missouri native Floyd Ball. Served in the U.S. Navy during World War II, earning the World War II Victory Medal and the National Defense Service Medal. And we are proud to salute Floyd Ball. He's tonight's four-state hero. Checking back with Doug Hetty. More rain on the way for many of us.
Yeah, scattered showers and thunderstorms, a few stronger ones as we go through the next few hours, but most of the thunderstorms are going to be out of here by 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Clouds stick around for the morning hours and then afternoon sunshine. In fact, tomorrow's going to be great. 70, 74 Friday, 76 Saturday. We get a chance to dry out a bit, and then thunderstorm chances back in late Sunday into Monday.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.
If you see